96.7 KCAL Rock Sporty. We got a special edition of Sports with Pep on the pre-Thanksgiving day. What's going on, Pep?
Hey, there's so much to be thankful for in the sports world. If you're a Lakers fan, maybe you're thankful that LeBron James only got a one-game suspension for smacking in the face our guy Isaiah Stewart of the Detroit Pistons, who apparently they call him Beef Stew because he's really beefy. He's a big guy, so LeBron popped Beef Stew in the old mouth, and it was only a one-game suspension. He actually served it last night as the Lakers lost to the Knicks 106-100, but at least it was only one game. Now it's done. LeBron will come back.
He's not beef stew, he's beef stewed. Because now he's pissed.
Hashtag free LeBron. Come on.
Because we were talking about, like, does he deserve a one-game suspension? Would he be suspended? Would he be fined? Yes, he was suspended one game, but now it's over. But the Lakers did lose that game. So they're actually under 500 on the season, which is not a good look for the Lakers right now.
I know it looked bad and all that stuff, but I really believe that they suspended him just because the backlash of them not doing anything would have been so loud.
Yes.
Because it wasn't like it was malicious on his end of things. He tried to apologize directly afterwards, and I think even after the game was trying to get the guy's number to get in touch with him afterwards.
Right away, when Stewart, by the way, did nothing when LeBron was in his face, he tried to be like, hey, man, got you there. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't mean to nail you like that.
Sorry, your face is so soft and you bleed so much.
Right, and then he tasted the blood and
just give Beef Stew a spot in the next Space Jam movie, Space Jam 3 or whatever, and I'm sure they'll make amends. Everything will be good. But guys, the biggest game, basketball game involving a Los Angeles team was actually not NBA. It was on the college hardwood as UCLA, the number 2 ranked team in the country, was taking on Gonzaga, the number 1 team in the country. We don't get number 1 versus number 2 quite often in college basketball, but we did last night. Guys, the Zags hammered UCLA by 20.
40. You know how they've been hyping this skinny white kid? His name is Chet Holmgren. You will remember that name now. Right. It turns out he's legit. He smoked UCLA, and UCLA is freaking good. Like number 1, number 2 in the nation good. But Chet Holmgren, look out for this white boy. He does not look it. He looks like he's delivering your pizza, just like another NBA player, but he will kick your butt, I guess.
Watch out for Gonzaga.
Yeah.
He is painfully skinny. When I say painfully skinny, I mean he's like 7 feet tall, but he is just skin and bones. But he is legit. He was hitting threes. This guy could do everything, but you look at him, you're like, no way. But yes way. Yeah, he's that good for Gonzaga. And Gonzaga is that good. They'll play Duke on Friday, so they got a big week.
That could have been a preview of the final game. Again, it could be UCLA and Gonzaga again, obviously depending on the brackets, but those look like the 2 best teams. I think we just weren't expecting this kid to be that good.
He looks like John Mulaney, the stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
More than he does a basketball player.
With a tapeworm, yes.
Yeah, totally. Hey, guys, one other college basketball score I do want to bring up. California Baptist, 5-0 to start the season. Big wins against San Jose State, Northern Colorado, a couple of those teams. But they play tonight on the road at 5th-ranked Texas, taking on the Longhorns in their building. And again, CBU's 5-0. This would be the biggest win, obviously, in program history if they could win tonight at Texas.
I love pulling for these IE schools. I think we forgot to mention a few weeks ago when UCR beat Arizona State in Arizona on a buzzer-beating 3-quarter length shot. So way to go, UCR. Hopefully we can do well again. The IE, they bring their lunch pail. Look out.
They do. We sneak up on people, man. Like, and it happens. And that's the beauty, I think, of college basketball. That's why we love March Madness, because, some of these teams, like a CBU or a UCR, is going to knock off one of these, traditional powerhouses once in a while. It happens. It might happen tonight. Yes. All right, to the NFL, we've got a full helping of NFL football coming up tomorrow on Thanksgiving. In my estimate, the premier game would be the Raiders and the Cowboys going head-to-head on Thanksgiving. Both teams could use a win, especially the Raiders, if they want to stay in the playoff hunt.
Yes, definitely. We'll see what happens with that. And I heard, I know with my team it is happening, and with other teams that are not doing so well, is the NFL is looking at flexing games, because I know there was a 49er Seattle Seahawks game that was going to be the Sunday night game. And I think because the Seahawks are doing so poorly and they look so awful. They're going to change it to another much more competitive game. And guess what? I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's that time of year. You'll start to hear the flex scheduling start to take effect now.
And I'm glad. Keep it entertaining, man. Sometimes we don't want to see a skunker game. No, let's entertain.
Listen, without a doubt, we get into an NFL season and some teams are better than we thought they were going to be and some teams are not as good. And, the NFL tries to plan out this entire schedule, but here we are. We're going into the month of December pretty soon. And they're like, wait, hold on a second. That game, that matchup is not what we thought it was going to be. And so maybe your favorite team is not going to be in prime time, or maybe they will be, depending who you're rooting for. But but the big game, the primetime Raiders and Cowboys, the first game of the day, Bears and Lions. If you like to sleep in on Thanksgiving, go for it. Bears and Lions, go for it. Just sleep in.
It's a classic battle. I'm kind of trying to play opposite, like I've been telling 40. Sometimes these games that you really automatically think are going to be bad, sometimes they surprise you because it never works out the way you think it's going to. At least I'm hoping for that, I think.
That one is a division matchup, so it's like there is some, hatred there between the two teams, the Bears and Lions, but at least that one's nice and early, 9:30. Then 1:30 we get the Raiders, Cowboys, and then at night 5:20 the Bills at the Saints.
Yeah, see, it will ease us into football, that first game. Wake us up nice and gently, those Bears and Lions.
But is it really Thanksgiving without Lions football?
No. It's not. It's just they're so bad. But at least they put them on early, right? So at least here on the West Coast, like maybe we wake up, it's already halftime. Hopefully it's a competitive game in the second half. So maybe it works out for us, at least here in California, in the IE, being on the West Coast.
Guys, the coolest post-game awards ever.
Yes.
They give them the turkey leg.
Turkey leg.
Leg. That's always awesome.
Get your turkey leg. We'll see who gets it this year.
Yeah, little early Thanksgiving lunch, before you get home. Just take a bite of the turkey leg, Disneyland style, out there on the football field. Guys, to college football, we do have the newest playoff prediction, the 4 teams that would be in the national semifinals. Not a huge shock, although Cincinnati does move up to number 4. So right now, if the playoffs started, it would be Georgia, number 1, against Cincinnati, the 4, and it would be Ohio State as 2 and Alabama as 3. Those would be your 2 matchups. But Ohio State plays Michigan this weekend. That is the game, and that's going to decide who's going to be the playoff.
Oh, Harbaugh. He needs to finally beat Ohio State, and he could sting their ass this year more than ever. And good for Cincinnati to get in there because nobody thinks they belong. Nobody thinks they can make it. I hope they can make some noise. Maybe they won't, but good for them for being in there.
Would have much rather seen a Pac-12 team. But, they have been a good story all year, Cincinnati.
Pac-12 ate itself.
Yeah, they did. Pac-12 ate their own, right? It's a meat grinder. There's no clear favorite. They kind of beat each other up. And then for a school like Cincinnati, I think of those Boise State teams. You always get this school that maybe they don't have the most difficult schedule, but they go undefeated. They're like, hey, give us a little respect. At least give us a shot. Right now, if Cincinnati can win out, they're probably going to get their shot against Georgia or Ohio State or whoever it's going to be.
Pep, you are right. Learn from Smurf Turf, the good old student body rider, the Statue of Liberty that they ran, right?
Yes. I remember those games. I think that was against Oklahoma. That might have been the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl or whatever that was. Those were great games with Boise State. And now they're nationally prominent. Everybody knows about Boise State.
Right. Cincinnati could do the same here. We got a full docket of sports. Pep, we will catch you on Monday. Thank you for checking in so much, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget, high school football championship games, including the California School for the Deaf in Riverside. They're getting national headlines for this school trying to win a CIF championship.
And Pep, tell them where to get your stuff.
It's Inland Sports. So if you're down with high school football, you'll be down with Inland Sports all over social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and we got the Inland Sports YouTube channel.
Thank you, Pep. We should say happy Thanksgiving to you. Do you want to give us your favorite side dish or favorite thing about Thanksgiving before you go?
Listen, don't judge me. Don't at me on social media. It's the old green bean casserole. Don't hate me.
Oh, I love it.
Controversial pick.
Thanks, Pep.